So
Fine.
let's say that you're carrying your 1911.
Ooh.
You get this fresh, crisp Kimber.
Oh yeah.
And you, being the decrepit man that you are,
That's true.
Are used to parking in the handicap spot.
So true.
And you see someone,
and I don't even have a tag. I just do it.
You see someone pull into the party store. Guy gets out, walks in. Lady and a kid are in the car, and you're like, none of them look handicapped. That guy just hopped out and walked right in. And you walk up to the car and you're like, hey, I don't know what gives. Other people need this spot. You shouldn't be parking a handicap spot. In the middle of this conversation, the guy comes back out, and he's bigger than you.
Yeah.
And
Good
he just,
luck.
without question, shoves you over, knocks you straight down on the ground.
Wow.
And then starts to turn away from you. And then do you just shoot him? Or what do you do?
Wow. Do you want the real answer or the joke answer?
I want the real answer.
The real answer is I don't go up to somebody and ask what gives unless I'm an actual in the performance of my duty, actually trying to investigate.
You said duty.
I did say duty. So if that were to happen, obviously I would just get up. I would go, hey man, what's up? What gives?
Hey, you
bro?
don't do that.
Hey, don't do that. Yeah, that's what I would do.
You don't push people over like that.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Don't knock me over again, please. Yeah. So why? What happened? What's going on? Talk to me, Goose.
In Florida, I like it when you say that to me. In Florida, this controversial idea of the stand your ground law. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Florida had made it a fairly liberal approach to that law. It says Florida. This is from CNN. I'm going as notably liberal as I can.
Yeah.
On the spectrum. Well, CNN's not as liberal as you can get probably, but here they are. Florida's stand your ground law could save a man from prosecution after he fatally shot another man following a heated argument over a parking space at a convenience store. Took place Thursday after Brittany Jacobs, age 24, parked in a handicap-accessible spot at the Circle A food store in Clearwater. I actually know a Clearwater cop. According to a news release from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Detective said Michael Drejka, or Draka, I don't know how to pronounce it, age 47, approaches Jacobs while her boyfriend, Marquise McLaughlin, and the couple's 5-year-old son, Marquise Jr., went into the store. Drejka and Jacobs began arguing about her space in the parking in the handicap parking space.
So she must have been the one who parked there.
Yes, she was driving. Witnesses told police that McLaughlin came outside, walked over to Drejka while he was arguing, and forcibly pushed Drejka, causing him to fall. This, according to the sheriff, Bob Gualtieri, who is not only a sheriff but an attorney, this is a violent push. It wasn't a shove. This wasn't a tap. And he does. We don't have the video queued up or anything, but he straight up just walks out of the store while the female is in the car and the guy is outside, not in the window,
right.
But he's talking from the outside. She is opening the door and standing up, and the guy comes out. And literally, there's no conversation that takes place. The guy just sees them talking or arguing or whatever the case is. You don't have volume on the video, so I don't know. And just shoves this guy, and he knocks him down pretty good. He knocks him back somewhere between 3 and 5 feet and to the ground.
Yeah. Is he? Oh, he's 47. You said.
He's 47.
Okay. So he's old like me.
Yes, he's ancient. And decrepit. In response, the news release statement Drejka pulled out a handgun while he was on the ground and shot McLaughlin in the chest. Witnesses say McLaughlin walked back into the convenience store where he collapsed. He was taken to the hospital. He later died. Drejka was cooperative with deputies, has a valid Florida concealed weapons license. It added in the statement did not indicate whether Jacob's car had a handicap sticker. Well, okay, whatever.
Right, like that matters.
Sheriff Gualtieri said the only relevant issue, legally speaking, is whether Drejka was in fear of further bodily harm from McLaughlin. He felt, after being slammed to the ground, that the next thing was that he was going to be further attacked by McLaughlin.
And shot him in the chest, not the back, right?
Yeah, he shot him in the chest. So I will...
Does it show the shooting?
Yeah. This particular video stops at the moment of fire. So let me full screen this for you. I don't know if if you're a patron, we just look up this shooting. I don't know what to tell you. We don't have it queued up.
Well, I can search up the shooting.
His
And
face too, and the pause there.
Yeah, our internet or CNN completely took a dump here. Okay, let's get back a little bit, and hopefully it loads.
So
Here he is. He comes out.
Okay.
He sees them, right?
well, I can play it on here.
No conversation. Boom.
oh,
Knocks
yeah,
him
he got
down.
pretty good.
He's picking his pants up, and then he shoots him right there. That where that stops is where the shot takes place. He's in the
Ooh.
act of turning around or whatever. So let's talk about this from what the information that's presented to us. This is
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people asking me, "Hey, Mike, what's your thoughts on this?" So we can talk about this, like,
Yeah.
but this is all I've looked into it. I read this article. I see this video.
Yeah.
This is what we got. Based on this idea, what do you think about the concept in general of how this sort of self-defense situation plays out?
Okay. Well, I think it's important to start at the beginning, right? So Florida and Michigan have two very different laws when it comes to this, right?
Yeah, we
Now,
don't have the same
Michigan,
stand your ground law.
Right. Michigan has a castle doctrine.
In fact,
however, they don't have a stand your yeah.
someone in, was it Dearborn or Dearborn Heights, in the last 2 years, I think, was convicted. He shot somebody through his door that he
Yes.
thought was trying to break in,
Yeah.
or whatever. That it went through court, but he's doing jail time right now,
Yeah.
prison time, for
Didn't that happen in Detroit? Somebody shot.
that also.
Police
Yeah,
officer.
there's
I mean,
been
we've
there's
talked
been
about that,
yeah
too.
there's been some cases of this.
Yeah.
But somebody tried his side door. She was drunk
Yeah.
and broken down. Tries the side door, then goes to the front, and he's thinking someone's trying to break into my house, and he shot her through the door.
Unbelievable.
And
Wow.
and he was convicted, and he's serving time now. So we definitely have very different laws than Florida.
Yeah. So I guess
What,
because
could you tell the audience the difference between castle doctrine and stand your ground laws, like the basics of?
yeah, like, I mean the
If
castle
somebody's like, what
doctrine
does this mean?
is basically what it says. So a man's home is his castle. That's
Mm-hmm.
what it stands for, or basically is what it is about. So if somebody is coming into your home, you have the right to defend yourself, right? So that's basically
Mm-hmm.
what that is. So it basically applies to exactly what you saw here in the Florida issue here. If somebody were actually inside of your home, I don't know how. I think it would probably be up to an attorney, defense attorney, a prosecutor, to decide how far that would extend as to how when somebody's actually coming in. I mean, if they're halfway into your house, does the castle doctrine apply? I think that it does. But would it apply if somebody's pushing in a screen? You know what I mean? So I think that it comes down to what the prosecution wants. Where a stand your ground is just like you see here in Florida, where the laws are much more liberal when it comes to defending yourself.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to speak on that, only because 20 years in working as a police officer in Michigan, I'm not used to this. This is not what we do here. So if I was 20 years in Florida,
if we showed up on a case like this,
yeah, we'd have to arrest
that guy would have to be arrested.
absolutely without a doubt.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's really hard for me to judge
Now,
that.
if there was no video and you only had witness statements, he might not be arrested in the moment, but he
yes.
could be charged. Like
Yeah.
the prosecutor would review all of the evidence, and unless there had been a blatant statement that this guy attacked the other guy with a gun, then he might not go away in handcuffs. But that doesn't mean he would be immune from prosecution.
Yeah, so I think I would be a horrible judge of this, but I do understand that the stand your ground, is a big deal in not just Florida but other states too. So again, I'm such a bad, I can't really speak on that because again, it's so wildly different than Michigan and the laws that I'm used to enforcing. But in this, like you said, it's a matter of, does he believe that this guy's going to inflict further harm on him? Mm-hmm. And from what you see, in it always looks bad when you only see a small clip, right? But
Right.
if that guy didn't have a gun, and he came up and he started shoving him on the ground, or took full mount on the guy and started pounding his skull in, well, then obviously that's exactly what this guy's worst fear was, and has come true. Right. And so again, what do you think?
Oh man, I think that if I put myself in his shoes, all things being equal, I would not shoot this guy.
Correct, but the mentality,
But that's
the Florida mentality is different than your Michigan mentality as well.
yeah, for
and
sure.
the laws that you're taught when you
the
have
laws
to
that
get
you're
your
taught
CPL.
or what you understand you have the right to do or whatever
Yes.
else. Now the argument is should they have the right to do that? Well, my other thing is what's this guy's backstory? Because the courts would interpret his belief in imminent further harm coming to him. You'd have to hear this guy's testimony, right?
Right.
He'd be like, maybe he was mugged when he
yeah.
was 34
Yeah.
and beaten. Dude, I have no clue what this guy's experiences,
Right.
What his experiences are. So maybe he's like, I've been shoved down to the ground. This guy's pulling up his pants like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that he starts to turn away, he's already committed to the action, and I don't know. But, like...
Well, he's also just received an unprovoked attack also.
That's my other perspective on this is, like, this guy... even if you don't think this shooting was justified, which I respect your opinion if you believe that, if it's reasonable, not just because you're anti-gun, that's
Right.
a dumb reason,
Yeah.
or not just because you're anti-stand your ground, also another not really well thought out reason. But let's just say even if you would look at this and go, which I do, I put myself in this guy's shoes and go, I don't think I would have shot.
Right.
However, this shooting would never have happened if this guy didn't walk out of the store and then shove this guy to the ground.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened.
But don't you think like it's and obviously I'm playing devil's advocate here with that, but true. But on the other hand, there's an argument to be made of, well, yeah, but just because he pushed the guy doesn't mean he should
a push
die,
a push
right? I mean,
doesn't equal getting shot.
right.
But
However,
there is a sequence of events that he's responsible for.
right, but again, the mentality in Florida and the laws that are in the books and the things that are taught in CPL classes are very different than what's taught in Michigan. So I don't have that mentality. Also, I have more confidence in my physical skills maybe than this guy, right?
Sure.
So,
He may know, like, I can't win fights. I suck.
Maybe again, I'm just completely going the complete opposite way. Maybe he's got a horrible heart, a very weak heart, or something, and knows that I can't get my blood go. Like I can't
endure
do
this.
that. I can't
Yeah.
do it. So I don't know. What now? Was this guy who did the shooting? Was he trying to get into the handicap spot, or is he just or was he
this article
was he
doesn't
Johnny
say.
Citizen?
That's another thing. Like, okay, I can get down with this argument, right? Like, so if this guy who pushed him is responsible for this chain of events,
Then this guy is absolutely
then maybe you
responsible.
sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. If you're not the parking Nazi,
Yeah.
and you should have, like, you started this issue. Now I could say, like, if I put myself in the shoes of the person who was shot and I walked outside, I wouldn't have pushed that guy. If I came out of a store and saw some guy arguing with Sherry,
What's going on?
would I be like pretty
amped up?
ready to roll?
Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
But am I going to just walk up and just sock this guy or push him out of nowhere? Probably not.
No, no, not many people do. That's why I said it's
But
it's
if
such a
if I walked
strangely
out
unprovoked
and,
attack.
if I walked out of the store and somebody had Sherry gripped up,
different.
you better believe that guy is not waking up.
Yeah, but that's different, right? So what you would have been witnessing is an actual physical assault on your
Right.
own wife.
But this isn't happening.
But that's not happening. So
Correct.
Again, it's an unrealistic response to shove a human being who's having a verbal disagreement with somebody, even if it's your loved one. I would walk up and go,
It's
"Hey,
almost
Joyce, what's going on here?"
Everything
You know?
everything is more than it should be in this situation, it seems, right? You shouldn't have knocked someone to the ground who is arguing with your wife over a or your, not wife, but partner, whoever she is, baby mama.
Yeah,
You
whoever.
should not have shoved this guy to the ground because he's having an argument about a parking space, and maybe you shouldn't have decided to shoot somebody just because they pushed you down.
Yeah, and maybe he shouldn't have acted as Johnny Citizen to stick his nose in the first
Right.
place. But
So
you know
this
what the problem is?
The whole
This-
situation is...
So here's the real problem. It's Florida.
Damn it, Florida.